Muscle Cars Universe.
All right, welcome to Muscle Cars Universe, guys. This is Andy, your favorite host. We're here with Tony. Nice to meet you, Tony.
Yeah, how you going,
And
matey?
he has agreed to show us the car today, this beautiful 1969 GT350 Shelby. Now, what I hear here is that this is not for purists, but the way I see it, it can be the most purest thing you could do to a replica, because this is a replica, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pretty accurate replica.
Yeah.
There's not too many things that give it away, and it's pretty close to bang on.
Yeah, when I met you at the North Harbour Mustang Club meet, I was actually quite surprised to hear that this is a replica, and it's quite peculiar the way you've built it, the way you have literally make it up from scratch to what we see now today. Is this beautiful piece of machinery. The color, you want to tell me more about the color? You told me that it won multiple awards and prizes.
Yeah, well, it's done all right at Mustang Convention, and got best panel and paint at one of the Mustang shows, and it's a factory color, Gulfstream Aqua.
Which you mean from Shelby?
Factory from Shelby, not to this specific car, but from Ford. Factory color, which there doesn't seem to be many of them this color around, so
yeah,
probably wasn't that popular color in the day. But
no, but it's very 70s looking, because I really like the strips, you know, on the side.
Stripe,
Is it gold or ochre or what?
well, I call it gold, but you know, yeah, just standard. That's all just standard equipment.
Well, why don't we just start with the basics? What is this car packing at the moment?
So it's running a 351 that's stroked out to 393 with alloy heads and roller rockers and high-rise manifold and some good electronic ignition. And
So basically the 351 Windsor from Shelby, and then you stroked it to
393.
393. So it's almost a 400 cubes. That's plenty.
And with the roller rockers and the aluminium heads, it breathes pretty well and pulls some quite good revs. There's no problem going to 7,000.
Yeah.
7,000 RPM. Quite happy.
It's definitely got the push.
Yeah, can't wait to hear that. I really like the upgraded radiator as well. That's something that I see often on these sort of cars. We're supposed to be cruising down the motorway. When we go to places like Beach Hop or Americana, sometimes you're just stuck in there, and most cars overheat or blow a gasket or something. And but with this system, you got the overflow done to it. It's pretty neat. I like that. Power steering, right?
Power steering. Yeah.
Yep. No aircon, right? I don't see
no
any
aircon.
Yeah.
No.
We just sweat it. I gotta say, Tony, the way you built it, it's very well presented. It looks extremely factory, the way it's been done. The matte black details all around the engine bay. New booster, so brakes.
Yeah,
what brakes do we have?
Standard brakes.
Standard brakes. So front discs,
front discs,
drums at the
rear
back.
drums. Yeah.
Okay. It looks relatively stock.
You're really trying to make it more stock, more factory. Those aluminium parts will be blue.
Oh, yep, that's right. And after that, we have what, a 4-speed manual?
4-speed manual, top loader, original top loader for that era.
And then move it down in the back, we have
running a tall diff 279. It's actually not even a 9-inch in this car.
Oh yeah.
And that's because I didn't know what ratio I wanted to run at the start, so I thought, well, start with what it's got in it and see what happens.
So would this be the closest possible to factory?
It's got the wrong diff. For a Shelby. It should have a 9-inch, but and it's got a very high gear, so that's not correct either. But it makes it good for highway mileage, and the car's got a lot of torque, so no issues down low. So
well, we came down here driving, and it just goes like a bliss. It's really, really well set up. And you were just explaining to me that the suspensions are pretty much as it came with.
Yeah, pretty much standards. So the Shelby's had a heavier front sway bar. Heavier springs, Coney shocks, but the standard geometry is all the same. I've added a rear sway bar.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about the fuel system. Have you done much to it?
The fuel system is just Holycarb 750, I think.
750 CFM?
Yeah. The high-rise manifold makes it breathe pretty good. Everything else is sort of standard.
I would say the most interesting part about this car is, in my opinion, the interiors, because I have seen the pictures of the car when you just got it. Let's explain it briefly for the guys watching. This car came from US as a 1970 fastback, original factory
Rolling body.
and you'll be flabbergasted to see how Tony turned this car around into what you see today. We were talking about the interiors just briefly. It's quite the show when we get in the car and appreciate how Shelby actually made the car from the beginning, from 1969. And I usually don't start from the passenger side, but we have a very prominent clock right there on the center console.
So that was standard with all the Mach 1. Well, not standard, I think it was an option for the Mach 1, the Shelby and the Deluxe car. So it's a
cool.
Deluxe interior, and the Shelby has the added roll bar.
Which you have put in here too, I can see.
Yeah, that's been put in. And the original Shelbys had 3-point harness.
Oh.
So the harness come down.
So shoulders and,
and
one on the lap.
here. So I deleted that because it's too much hassle. So.
The bucket seats are also part of the deal.
Standard seats, all new upholstery, all new foam, all new vinyl, everything just straight from the shop.
And the steering wheel, you were saying you found it locally.
Yeah,
in New Zealand.
I found the steering wheel. When I built the car, you couldn't buy a new steering wheel from reproduction one. You can now, but I found it online in New Zealand on Trade Meet. Also the front lights, the Lucas lights, you cannot buy those new, and I happened to find those on Trade Meet as well.
Even locally again.
Yeah. And these front mouldings here, I found those on eBay. Someone had made those by hand.
Oh wow! So panel beating sort of.
Yeah, they came in bare metal.
Yeah.
And they were very expensive to buy. Those hard to get. And I found them, bought them, and then I made the moulding here to suit.
Yeah, for the bonnet.
Made that myself.
And you were telling me about something in regards to the front fenders here.
Yeah. The original Shelby had a steel lip here, coming up onto here, and then the fiberglass moulded from here down. So an original Shelby guard has a little bit of a rough edge just under here, just below the bonnet line, where this one here is complete fiberglass, because it's aftermarket, of course. But bonnet, the guards were all fiberglass right from factory, right from Shelby's.
What about the wheels? Those are
factory Shelby wheels from the day.
Yeah, thought so. Yeah, they looked familiar on BF Goodrich radials. And you were telling me the story about how you met the painter, newfound best friend.
Yeah. Well, he's a really good friend now. Random encounter. Got invited on a fishing trip, and he happened to be on the boat. And
well, it was meant to be, I would say.
Yeah. It was a long journey, but wouldn't change anything.
Of course not. Now, what we see today, it's just brilliant. The closest replica to a factory GT350 from 1969 that you can see on the roads today.
When you say it's a close replica, people that I've talked to that have owned them have not realised it's a replica.
When I was talking to Rob, a mutual friend, he owns a factory original GT500 1969 Shelby, and so quite interesting to see. They look pretty much the same car. It's quite outstanding what you did here. A labour of love and blood, sweat and tears, but it came out pretty good. Actually, mint, I would say. All right, so now that we have flipped our car around, let's have a look at the rear section of the car.
The tail lights are originally Ford Thunderbird.
Oh, yep.
The tail lights out of the Shelby, and the back boot lid and the rear quarter panels are fiberglass, and when I got them they didn't fit. We had to cut them up and re-fiberglass and all that stuff, and then the back panel between the lights, the original steel panel gets cut out and a fiberglass panel gets glued in there, and that's as they were from the factory original. So
you followed through with the original process to fabricate it the way they came out.
That's the way it came out.
As I told you guys, this is the most purest version of a replica you can find around, and I'm really glad that we got the chance to show it to you guys, and thanks Tony for your time and effort. And now we take it for a spin. Let's go.
Yeah.
push.
Around possible. Straight from a cold start, it goes pretty well.
Yeah, around nice. Mechanic took it for a drive one day. He took off the third gear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he didn't realise. So a lot of torque.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Cross-country experience.
Well, it's got the push when you want it to.
It
Goes well. Goes mint. Wow.
I love the sound of the engine.
Yeah, man, that's amazing. And would you think it would have made like a difference if you didn't have the twin exhausts at the back, like from the proper '69 Shelby? Like it would have made like maybe a different tone if they were split,
Yeah, I don't know.
like the original fastback. You know, Shelby didn't do things like randomly.
No.
Everything was looked into and refined.
No, and that's sort of why I like this year, because you know that exhaust pipe, the things on the bonnet, you know, those vents and tail lights, and just so unique.
Yeah, no, the 69 is possibly my favorite model year. The 68 is pretty cool with the twin like rally spotlights, you know, in the middle.
Yeah, it's running a really tall diff,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's pretty fuel economic for the power.
Was it 3.2? 3.5?
So it's 279.
275, 279, yeah. Yeah, those are very long gears, eh?
Yeah.
Usually for drags I see 411, stuff like that.
Yeah, the guys in the club, they can't believe the times this can run with tall diff.
The suspension's like the whole drivetrain, it's well set up.
It's still standard, all standard Shelby stuff, you know, the
Nice.
coning strokes and the heavier springs and rear sway bar, bigger front sway bar.
Yeah. And there you have it, guys, the complete review of this magnificent, actually fabulous 1969 Shelby GT350 replica. Big thanks obviously goes to Tony and his unwavering commitment in getting this feature done. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. This is Andy from Muscle Cars Universe. I'll see you in the next videos, guys. Bye bye. And remember, guys, here in New Zealand we drive them.